Double switch. Corey Sullivan comes in. Ryan Spilborghs checks out. Rockies ahead 2-0. And tonight's call to the bullpen is brought to you by Comcast Digital Home Phone Service. Warm up to unlimited local and long distance. Call 1-800-COMCAST. And Affelt will be asked to get Juan Pierre here to conclude the 7th inning. It'll be his 72nd appearance.
And the lefty's going to have to do it. I mean, left-handers have had a little success against him. I think important now that Affelt and Atkins able to make a play in case he decides to lay it down. Fogg outstanding in this game. A lot of emotion shown. He knows what's at stake and brought it to the hill tonight and did a good job with it.
Pierre is 0 for 3. Affelt has actually fared better against right-handed hitters than left-handed hitters this year, though the numbers on both sides pretty good. Sweeney at first, and that's strike one at 91 miles an hour.
For Jeremy Affelt, it's more the belief that the fastball is plenty good, and because he has one of the nastiest hooks from a left-hander in the game of baseball. First pitch fastball, strike one on the outer half.
There's that big curveball, and it's called a strike.
Yeah, called a strike with a lot of velocity at 76 miles an hour. So anytime you bend, now watch the reaction of Pierre right off the chute. See him buckle a little bit, the top half fall backwards, and that throwing for a strike. Look for the hook again. Ask for it in the dirt. He got it. Contact made.
A few guys who'd make contact with that pitch left on left. Juan Pierre's one of them. Toughest man in the National League to punch out.
Over 2,000 at bats for Pierre, just 5 home runs hit. You just don't want the inning extended first and third type situation.
And another curveball and an easy play for Matsui. Good job by Affelt. Well done by Jeremy Affelt to get the final out in the 7th. Rockies 2 and the Dodgers nothing.
Flying out of Denver for business? Southwest Airlines is the fastest growing airline in Denver. We offer nonstop flights to Baltimore, Washington, Chicago Midway, Houston Hobby, Oakland, Orlando, and other destinations across the country. Check out our new service to Oklahoma City for $69 and Seattle Tacoma for $89 starting November 4th.
You are now free to move about the country.
This week on FSN Pro Football Preview, get the inside word on all of this week's biggest games. Friday.
Experience more than 70 different styles of beer from America's finest brewers at this year's Great American Beer Festival, October 11th through the 13th in downtown Denver at the Colorado Convention Center. 1,800 beers brewed by 400 breweries. It is the world's greatest beer tasting event. Buy your tickets now at Old Chicago, Colorado locations, Colorado Fine Beer retailers, and Ticketmaster outlets. Visit GreatAmericanBeerFestival.com for more information. See you there.
Home is here. Here with a friendly hello. Here standing proud. And here, saluting the individual. Here with a roof, walls, and foundation to keep us firmly grounded. Home is here. Furniture Row, where you can choose from 4 specialty stores all in one location, where our specialized staff takes the time to help you out, where there's always a lowest price pledge. Furniture Row, home to a different kind of shopping experience.
Now the Rockies hung on to a 2-0 lead with Sweeney at first and Jeremy Affelt into the ball game with Juan Pierre at the plate. As we take a look at this in a pitch-by-pitch situation, fastball away, strike one. Then he bent the hook off for strike two. Came back with a curveball, tried to throw it into the dirt. Pierre was able to foul it off. You're looking for contact, but you're looking for the ground ball contact, and he got it on a curveball. Affelt retired Pierre, and the Rockies still lead 2-0.
This call to the bullpen is sponsored by Comcast Digital Home Phone Service. Warm up to unlimited local and long distance. Call 1-800-COMCAST. So Jonathan Broxton on. After Derek Lowe retired the final 13 batters he faced, Torrealba lead it off. And Corey Sullivan. Derek Lowe had one rough inning, and it came with 2 outs in the in the third. The Rockies bunched 4 hits together and came up with a couple of runs. Other than that, he had a marvelous outing. 7 innings, 2 runs on 5 hits, didn't walk a batter, and struck out 7. That fastball's outside. It's 2-0 on Torrealba. A double and a run scored in that 3rd inning for Yorvi, and also a fly ball to right field. This is in the air to right center field. An easy play. Ethier will handle it. If you have a break in your windshield, take it to a lead auto glass. Excuse me. Number 1 for more than one reason. That'll bring up Sullivan for the first time. Corey yesterday hit by a pitch, a walk, and a single. Or excuse me, hit by a pitch, a walk, and then Spilborgh's actually got the single. Corey scored a run and played outstanding defense, as you see Fuentes getting ready. Highlighted by that throw to the plate to get Jeff Kent. There's a strike. It's another one of those plays. You know, we talk about Helton's walk-off home run against Saito. If the Rockies keep this thing going, one of the plays that'll be prominently remembered is that throw by Sullivan, because that inning, George, could have very easily turned ugly.
No question it could have turned ugly, and it could have happened very quickly. This thing, if the ball gets by Torrealba, he doesn't unable to make the play on Kent. That run scores, and then you didn't. Now all of a sudden it's not a double play, or the strikeouts don't come into play. I mean, it just gets to be a stupid inning, and the Rockies could very well have lost that ball game and haven't been blown out.
Broxton ahead 0-2. There are many who follow the Dodgers that believe Broxton is running on fumes right now.
Those fumes still pretty good at 96 and 94. Here's the throw last night for Corey Sullivan, able to read a big swing on the move forward, and then the throw in perfectly over the top of the mound, and then the block of the plate and the reception of the baseball almost at the same time. And Torrealba able to hang on to it. Corey Sullivan with as big a play as any in that ball game last night.
And the block by Torrealba should not be overlooked. 0-2 again. They set up away on Sullivan. And the pitch comes inside at 96.
Sunday, September 30th, Quest Military Appreciation Day. Pre-game festivities include military parade, flyover, and color guards. Complimentary tickets are there for uniformed military personnel and veterans. Special tickets of $8 pricing available for family and friends. 303 Rockies for more information.
And a foul tip not held by Moeller. Kaz Matsui on deck. Hard slider.
Yep, hard slider. Not a lot you're going to do with the pitch when it's that hard and it's behind the back foot. Perfect location by Broxton. A hard slider. There wasn't any backdoor about this. It's just a lot of velocity and a lot of downward tilt and snap at the end of this baseball. Got the strikeout.
His 97th strikeout in 80 2/3 innings. The top strikeout artists of relievers in the big leagues. Kaz Matsui with 2 outs, 1 for 3, an RBI 2-out single in the third to get the Rockies on the board. And a fastball on the inside corner at strike 1. In the bottom of the 8th, Fuentes will have 2, 3, and 4. Hu, Young, and Loney. Rockies sitting at 85-72, 13 games over 500 for the first time in franchise history. Last night, the Rockies produced their franchise best 37th road win of the year. Of course, 9th win in a row. Second time they've done that. First time in more than a decade. They have never won 10 straight. Time to change that. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. So Broxton with a 1-2-3 8th inning. Rockies have not had a base runner since the 3rd, but they have the lead. That's most important. 2-0.
If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it.
The clock is ticking at the Chevy Time to Buy sale. For a few short days, get great deals on most Chevys. Hurry, time is running out.
Get $1,000 extra bonus cash on top of current offers like the 07 Malibu, Avail, Cobalt, and Impala. Use bonus cash for a total of $2,500 cash back on Impala. Chevy, made for Colorado.
The push for the playoffs is in full swing on FSN. After 156 games, these 3 will define the season as Helton and the Rockies travel to LA to battle for the wild card. Rockies, Dodgers, tonight at 7:30 on FSN. CU football isn't just a game, it's an event. FSN is live from Folsom Field as the Buffs host Oklahoma in their first Big 12 game of the season. FSN Live, CU pregame, Saturday at 10:30 on FSN.
FSN presents the Wrangler Pro Rodeo Tour Ariat Playoffs. Rodeo's first ever postseason continues as the series shifts to Washington. Only the world's toughest cowboys will move on over 14 grueling weeks for a shot at the championship crown and a share of a $1.6 million purse. Who will answer the bell? The Wrangler Pro Rodeo Tour Ariat Playoffs next on FSN.
Tonight's game sponsored by Fidelity Investments. Visit an agent today in Denver, Broomfield, or Lone Tree. Or if it's too late today, do it tomorrow. But go see Fidelity. Rockies 2 and the Dodgers nothing. Drew Goodman, George Frazier, Dodger Stadium on a Wednesday night. Rockies will play tomorrow night. They'll arrive home in the middle of the night on Thursday. Turn things around quickly and get ready for the final 3 home games of the year against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Brian Fuentes on for the 61st time. And last night, he got out of a self-inflicted jam. He had control issues last night, George.
Yeah, he did have control issues. One of the first times in about 6 appearances. He had a lot of 1-2-3 innings. 50 strikeouts, though, in 56 2/3. 3-time All-Star closer. Been now used as mainly as a setup man, with Manny Corpus throwing the last inning for the Rockies in save opportunity.
Chin Lung Hu to lead it off, and ball 1. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Hu a strikeout, a ground ball to Tulowitzki, and a fly ball to Matt Holliday in left. Two and 1. Clint Hurdle showed a lot of confidence in Fuentes last night when he ended up walking the bases loaded and he'd already given up a run. Clint paced but did not take Fuentes out, and Fuentes got out of it without any further damage. Here's the 2-1, and that's outside. It's 3-1. You know, till last night, Brian had been on one of the best runs of his career. And a pop-up in the middle of the infield. Tulowitzki converging and calling.
You know, last last night it was a difficult time for Fuentes, but they left him out for the third out. And a sliding catch by Spilborghs, and no one was more excited than Brian Fuentes to get that third out in the 8th.
1 out, and a big one for Fuentes after falling behind 3-1. Here's the switch hitting youngster Delwyn Young at the plate. 2 for 2 and a walk, all against Josh Fogg. And let's not forget Fogg, 6 2/3 of shutout baseball. 5 hits, he walked 3 all in 1 inning and struck out 5. Just a marvelous, marvelous job by Josh Fogg tonight.
Fogg knows the situation. He knows where he's at with this ball club and trying to accomplish what he needs to accomplish. Tough play here. A lot of speed. Young.
He got him. He got him. What a play by Tulowitzki. That is as good as you will ever see. Young can't believe it. When Tulowitzki finished throwing that baseball, he was 30 feet down the left field line, straddling the foul line. And Grady Little's going to come out and argue. What a play by Troy Tulowitzki. Marvin Hudson made the call at first.
Are you kidding me? I said there's no way. Right-handed batter, none for the speed. He got to this ball, then had to take 3 strides, and then the long throw across. Boy, I think he did get him. And I think it's by half a step, but I think he did get him. Look again on this angle should tell you really. I mean, I think he got him. Doesn't matter. Hudson thinks he did. All right, look right here. Watch the foot, the catch. Is it on the bag? Is it in the glove? Glove. Just barely. Man, I can't tell.
You know what? I don't care, because that's as good as I've seen, and we've seen him make some unbelievable plays.
Great play.
And the out was called. 2 gone, nobody on. And James Loney at the plate. Can this kid ever play? Loney with a bullet, and Tulowitzki can't get that one. I think the crowd is much excited by the fact that Tulowitzki couldn't get it as they are that Loney got a hit. That'll bring up Andy LaRoche. For one moment, you have to admire the other guys once in a while, George. How about Loney left on left? Is he a sweet swinging kid or what?
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, last year, how could he not make this club? And in spring training, I mean, obviously an overload of guys, older guys, but still to keep that bat down, it cost you an opportunity to play in October with the way he swings it.
Rockies back up in the outfield, playing no doubles, 2 outs, LaRoche at the plate. And that's strike 1. Dodgers hitting in the bottom of the 8th. Rockies 2, LA nothing. And this is line foul. It was a changeup, and it was
up in the
strike zone.
Well, when that happens with Fuentes, typically it's because he doesn't roll the thumb over and really just dive it straight in the ground. You take it, turn it over, and really push hard down and dive the thumb down. That's where he creates that late drop and spin on the baseball.
0-2. Change up, and that was a good one, George. Just missed.
It was a great pitch, and how did a youngster like LaRoche lay off of that?
You know what? One pitch he's kind of moved away from. That's that slider.
Well, I'm glad he has, because a lot of times there's too much connect to the finger, and it ends up in the side of a batter or in the armpit.
Another changeup, and now it is 2-2. Fastball, strike 3. And that is all for the Dodgers in the 8th. Loney left on board. LaRoche upset with the call. But we'll go to the ninth with the Rockies ahead 2-0 thanks to Troy Tulowitzki in no small part.
Not all the energy for our fuel comes from oil in the ground. A lot of it comes from our people, who year in and year out put so much of their energy into everything they do. So you can be sure that when you put Valero gas into your tank, you're going to get a lot out of it. Valero, the energy to take you anywhere.
Single again. Will I still look eligible with gray hair? Is that all people will see? How do you make a clean break?
Just for Men stops gray from hiding who you are. Easy, with 5-minute Target Gray technology.
Dating again is easier than I thought. And you wonder, why did I ever put up with gray hair?
Let the real you come through. Stay in the game with Just for Men.
When it's people who do the right thing, they call it being responsible. When it's an insurance company, they call it Liberty Mutual. Responsibility. What's your policy? Liberty Mutual.
Matsui with a base hit to drive in Torrey Alba in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. And then Matt Holliday with a topspin ground ball single to drive in Kaz. That's it for scoring. Josh Fogg, outstanding tonight. 6 2/3 of shutout baseball, and he mixed in 5 strikeouts as well.
A lot of ground ball outs, got swing and miss when he needed it to end the game in the 6th, and it was Affelt with a big strike, a big out of Pierre, and then Fuentes came on to clean it up, and with the Dodgers trailing 2-0, they will go to Saito, their closer, to come into the ball game here. 39 of 43 in save opportunities. You see all the numbers, they're outstanding. One of those 5 home runs hit by Todd Helton. He'll hit 3rd in this inning.
You can read all you want about the saves and the save opportunities and his ERA. This is how you want to see him if you're going to see him at all, with his club trailing. Top of the 9th inning, Rockies ahead 2-0. Drew Goodman, George Frazier. And the Rockies will have Tulowitzki, Holliday, and Helton to face Saito. And I know that last guy we just mentioned, it worked out pretty well last time Colorado saw Takashi Saito. Tulowitzki hit a bullet to 3rd his last time up. But Andy LaRoche reached up and grabbed. 1 for 3 tonight. Saito's one of those guys that he'll throw the fastball 88, 89. Next thing you know, he'll throw 195.
And this is not a young pitcher, folks. A guy that spent a long time as a starter in Japan. Didn't attempt to close till he got over here.
And he worked for a long time, George, in middle relief. And like many people, we asked, who was he setting up for? Or did they just completely miss the boat on Mr. Saito? 20 saves in his career in Japan in a decade of professional baseball.
A lot of that was they weren't sure what he could do over here. They fought through that, and then there was a guy named Gagne that they thought might be coming back over and over again and just never made it back, and then here he was the guy they went to. It might be 90, and again, Drew mentioned he can get to 94, but at 90, there's tremendous amount of movement on Saito's fastball.
That does something late, George, and a lot of guys miss it. If they make contact, it's not solid contact. 13 years he pitched for Yokohama.
Let's check signs now, see which way he tries to go with it. Fastball away, called by Moeller.
And it is away, off the plate, 3-2. 339 games in Japan, 178 as a starter. Strike 3 on the inside corner.
Well, everything away, and Tulowitzki, I mean, as much as he wanted to think it wasn't going to be called a strike, it was, because it was inner half. He's looking away, and then that ball just sunk to the inside corner and called strike 3. Not that bad of a pitch. It looks to be on the inside corner because of where Muller's setting up, but he's actually setting up out.
Here's Holiday. Slider misses. Our Quest in-game box. Matsui a hit, Tulowitzki a hit, Holiday and Helton. Also Torrealba. Torrealba doubled in the third. That was the Rockies' first hit. He would score the first run on the Matsui single.
It'll tie into what you're talking about. The Rockies, with in the third inning, 2 runs on 4 hits. They've only had 1 hit since then. The last base runner was in the third, and it was this guy, Matt Holliday.
17 straight retired by Derek Lowe, Jonathan Broxton, and now Saito. Good job by Holiday staying off that slider. It's 2 balls and a strike. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Corpus will face Ethier, Moeller, and Valdez unless Grady Little goes to his bench. And he's got some guys to pick from. On the left side, he's still got Luis Gonzalez. On the right side, he has Jeff Kent, if he's healthy enough to go.
That's what I was getting ready to say. You don't know after that home plate slide.
Yep, he's got Omeda Signs, and he's got Matt Kemp. Nomar Garcia-Parra as well. 3-1. Ball 4. So Holiday with 1 out will go to first. Visit your Colorado Chevy dealer during the Chevy Time to Buy sale. Get a Silverado Crew Cab with 0% APR for 60 months. Offer ends on October the 1st. So get on down quickly. Should mention this. Matt Holliday at first base, hit by Scott Proctor in the shoulder last night. After the ball game, when the Rockies were in the clubhouse, Scott Proctor called the clubhouse and talked to Matt Holliday and apologized, said, I was not trying to hit you, and I certainly, if I was, would not come that high up and in. Holiday said he accepted the apology, said we move on. Helton's 1 for 3, an RBI hit in the third. Or excuse me, a single in the second. I was looking at Holiday's numbers. 1 for 3. Here's the pitch last night from Proctor.
Yeah, and the reason it just alarms people is the location, where it was, shoulder and head high. And watch Proctor's reaction during the game. Well, you're not going to see the end of it there, but he hung his head at the end. You know, I'm trying to come in, but not there.
That's in there, 1-1. So after 17 straight were retired by the Dodgers staff, Holiday stands at first base.
I tell you this, Chad Moeller, as much as he's caught in the big leagues, it was because of his catching that he was there. He's had a difficult time handling the pitch from Saito. I wonder how the heck they hit this thing.
This is off the end of the bat. Saito, good throw to start the double play. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Rockies ahead of the Dodgers 2-0. Manny Corpus will be on to try to close it out.
Did you just double dip? You know it.
Pizza Hut's Dippin' Strips Pizza. Designed with 16 strips custom made for dipping and 3 tasty sauces. Get a 1 topping for just $9.99 from America's favorite pizza. Pizza Hut, now online.
Brian's profile definitely jumped out at me, and I was excited to get to know this person better.
Every year, thousands of singles like Amy and Brian get matched on eHarmony.com.
And, you know, we were matched on as many compatibility levels as we could.
Aren't you curious to see who you're compatible with?
I think it's extremely important to be open-minded to every single match that you get, and you could find the love of your life.
Log on to eHarmony.com today and review your matches absolutely free.
Want a big eat for a tiny price? That's huge. Tackle your hunger with the Pizza Hut Pizzone. Over 1 pound of cheese and toppings for just $5.99 or 2 for $10.99. Get way more. Get America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut, now online.
FSN presents the Wrangler Pro Rodeo Tour Ariat Playoffs. Rodeo's first ever postseason continues as the series shifts to Washington. Only the world's toughest cowboys will move on over 14 grueling weeks for a shot at the championship crown and the share of a $1.6 million purse. Who will answer the bell? The Wrangler Pro Rodeo Tour Ariat Playoffs today on FSN.
Colorado Rockies baseball on FSN is brought to you by your Colorado Hyundai dealers, where cost doesn't come between you and safety. Check out Hyundai Cam during the next home game. And by Southwest Airlines. With more flights to more places than ever before, Southwest is taking low fares farther. Visit southwest.com. Here we go, bottom of the ninth inning in LA. Manny Corpus is on. Colorado 2 and the Dodgers nothing. Rockies have made one change defensively, as they often do late in ball games. Jamie Carroll has come in at third base for Garrett Atkins.
The numbers on Manny Corpus, 75th game for him to appear in, 17 of 18 in save opportunities so far. Earned run average of 195 and out number one. That's the biggest thing you have to concentrate on right now. Ethier, Moeller, Valdez. I think some of that will change. Russell Martin could also be there and part of that mix. He's in the on-deck circle.
Ethier faced Corpus last night in the ninth and nearly hit one out. He doubled off the wall in right center field. And that looked like a pretty good pitch, evidently just below the knees. Ball one. Corpus got the save last night, but quite frankly, we've seen him much sharper in the past. He was up in the strike zone. And there's a high strike. It's 1-1. Again, that pitch was up, but it was fouled off 1-2.
Well, you know, even up in the strike zone, Corpus fastball has such late tail to it, it's hard to get it solid. Now, you know, all those have been away, and it's fouled off away. You don't want to get something that middle half in and leave it up, allowing the opportunity to extend. He's trying to get an out, a hard out right now.
1-2 on Ethier. Leading off the bottom of the ninth, they set up away, and strike three, a backdoor slider. And Corpus has fanned Andre Ethier.
The last three outs, the hardest outs of the ball game, but the first one of those three, the most difficult. Caught brilliantly by Torey Alba behind the plate to get this call to strike. As it starts to dip down, he went down with his whole body with it to keep the ball chest high.
Russell Martin will be the pinch hitter for Chad Moeller. And Luis Gonzalez has come out on deck. And a slider for a strike on Martin. Tremendous numbers this year for Martin. Better than any catcher in the National League. There's the veteran Gonzo. Ground ball to Todd Helton. He'll take it himself. 2 outs in the ninth. Rockies 1 out away from making it 10 straight on a night where they've not gotten any help from around baseball. The Phillies won earlier. The Padres won. Rockies trying to keep pace in the wild card. Began the day tied with Philadelphia, game behind San Diego.
Grady Little, all he can do is watch and wonder what if. What if this ball club had stayed hot? The Rockies knocked them off their perch with 4 straight wins in Denver. And then all on the verge of taking the first 2 here in LA.
Here's Luis Gonzalez. Good first half, a struggle in the second half, and that pitch just missed. It's ball 1. The one piece of good news from around baseball that factors into the Rockies' future is that the Pirates again beat the Diamondbacks. So if the Rockies can hang on here, they will be just 2 out in the NL West. This is a wild, wild final week, and it's not just here in the National League. It's really throughout the game. Fly ball, foul, and out of play. So Corpus is ahead 1-2. You think about it, before the Braves lost today in Philadelphia, there was the possibility that 6 teams could have been tied for the postseason at the end of the day Sunday. 3 in the East and 3 in the wild card. The 1-2, oh man. You know what? I don't know if anybody but maybe Luis Gonzalez and Todd Helton aren't punched out there. Maybe reputation saved Gonzo.
Well, I think so. I mean, just outstanding pitch. The pitch ended up about 6 inches inside, but obviously had an opportunity. I don't know how Gonzo didn't swing at it.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Slow ground ball, tough chance for Carroll, and no chance. And that's going to bring the tying run to the plate in Omeda Signs. Looking in the Rockies dugout, Glenn Allen Hill has gone to the top step to try to align his outfield with Signs. The premier Dodger pinch hitter the last few years coming up.
Well, the big number, 2 home runs, 13 for 61 as a pinch hitter. 12 RBIs with 2 home runs. A professional hitter. The Rockies have handled him 2 for 13 on the season.
Corpus looked back at the dirt. He spun out a little bit. It's ball 1. That last pitch to Gonzo. Great pitch, bad result. Ground ball slowly hit Corpus, plants, and the throw to first, safe. You gotta be kidding me. 2 balls that didn't go a combined 90 feet, and the Dodgers have 2 on. This is the second time in the game that they've had more than a single base runner. Signs is going to check out of the game. Matt Kemp will pinch run. If the spikes catch there and give him some leverage, he's going to throw him out.
Well, yeah, he is, but right here's where his feet just went out from underneath of him. Too far of a stride, and the side of the shoe caught the grass, not the spike of the shoe. So everything went away. He's not happy. He wanted that last out to be Signs. He didn't want to face Pierre with speed. Garcia Parra is out in the on-deck circle now for the Dodgers.
Very rarely is anything easy in September in a pennant race. 2 on, 2 outs. Juan Pierre's 0 for 4. Strike 1. Now, because of Kemp at first, being the tying run. The outfield playing Pierre deeper than they ordinarily would.
Yeah, but they're not as deep as you did with signs for the doubles over the head, but yet you have to allow that for Pierre to have something to throw him. Doesn't matter.
Easy play, and the Rockies have won 10 straight. Their longest winning streak ever, and they roll on and keep pace in the wild card chase. They shut out the Dodgers 2-0 in Los Angeles. Colorado improves to 86-72. Our Gatorade player of the game, Josh Fogg, 6 2/3 of shutout baseball as he out-dueled Derek Lowe, who was on his game tonight. The Rockies produced 2 runs in the third, and they made it stand up. Fogg, Affeldt, Fuentes, and then Corpus in the ninth. The Rockies win it 2-0. 10 in a row for Colorado. The FSN Live postgame show starts now.